Royal Duality, Tales for the Silent One, Chapter 4.
In this tragic scene, the three men, Driscoll, Count Helmrich, and the young cleric, are sat in the evergreen throne room. It has barely been touched and retains much of its fey decor, aside from a large portrait of Count Angelus, which hangs in the place of the fey royal family portrait.
There is no joy in this. There's no joy in any of it. I was so looking forward to this. Yet it was all for naught. This cursed life of mine, I cannot bear it.
Master Henrik, calm down now. It'll be alright. I told you that the clerics are a bad lot. Didn't I say you'd be much happier if you kept away from them?
Silence, Driscoll. How dare you speak to me in such a way? I shall decide what is and is not good in my own life.
Oh, Master, how wonderful. Such a commanding tone really does make you sound like your father.
Enough! Leave me. But You have no desire to be here. I know what you're thinking. Don't linger a second longer if it displeases you so much.
Don't worry, Liege. I'll take him away.
Deities, forgive me. I just tire of being so alone.
Yep, that's a very Count thing to do. Alienate everyone around you. Difference is that I don't think Angelus ever feels bad about it.
Count Angelus's mind is so well guarded that no one knows what he's thinking. Even a deity wouldn't hazard a guess.
I mean, I just did, but I take your point.
And so it was. The relationship between Helmrich and the young cleric was damaged beyond repair. The cleric sought comfort in the spider deity, who he now relied on for spiritual guidance and healing.
I bet he fell for her hook, line, and sinker.
Fell for her? Like, romantically?
Don't know about that. You'll need to ask Madame Crystal Ball. What I mean to say is all her clerics end up bordering on obsessive, though they didn't seem to get a lot out of the eternal servitude deal.
Wasn't very eternal. Didn't most of the clerics die in the war?
Yeah. The high clerics are hard to kill, though, and it's pretty well documented that Ira didn't get on with Blackheath.
That is true. The great spider deity was planning to give the role of high cleric to Oliver.
I can understand that. Blackheath was a nasty old miser.
High cleric Blackheath's service to Ira was a duty, not true love. He had written many times that love is fickle and easily swayed. His devotion to Ira was unmoving, but she knew he was also dispassionate. With hope for a more meaningful relationship with the young cleric, she told him about the past of the vampiric race and their kindness before the terrible war. I sensed that there was a brief moment of happiness between the great goddess and the young cleric. He was allowed to enter the inner sanctum, which symbolized the closeness of their relationship. It is likely that the deity also felt a special bond with him.
I hear from Blackheath that you traveled often in your previous life, Cleric Oliver.
If he says it's so, then it must be so.
I wonder what the old you saw on his travels. His views of the world were surely interesting.
None of that matters anymore. You're my world now, a world I take great pleasure in.
Oh my, how devout of you. I haven't had a new cleric since the glory days.
The glory days?
When the world was a very different place. There were 7 great vampiric deities.
Surely you are the most powerful of them all.
My, so respectful. It's only right that someone so intelligent would be a cleric of mine. But in all honesty, we deities all had our own strengths. We weren't cruel, my dear cleric. We led the vampires and humans with wisdom, charity, and grace. We bestowed blessings on their days and nights, shielded them from the manipulative creatures of this world. Everyone had enough, and we all lived in harmony.
Glory days indeed.
Despite our kindness, we were desecrated and scattered by the Fae. But I sense a resurrection of our kind, Oliver. And I wonder if you will lead the charge.
If it be your will, beloved Ira, then it shall be done.
Come and sit with me, Cleric Oliver. Let us discuss what our new world might look like.
Unfortunately, the young cleric took another turn for the worse after this meeting. Memories of his past life seemed to keep resurfacing, as much as the High Cleric tried to bury them. Count Helmrich was becoming concerned with the young cleric's health too, suspected that the wraith had been indoctrinated into adoring the spider deity. He suspected that this was causing Oliver's mental and physical state to deteriorate.
Kinda sounds like it was.
I wonder what Oliver would say if you asked him. His love for her seemed very sincere from the outside looking in.
I know he's voiced concerns about the way Helmrich's been represented in vampiric society, as in not represented at all.
When I provided the account of what happened, it was a private record for the Count and the court, not to be shared beyond them.
Yep. Guess what, Chatterbox?
Who? Me?
No, you idiot. I was talking to the Silent One, and it was a joke. Yeah, you. Stop looking so glassy-eyed. I know it's boring, but it's not that bad. Guessing you haven't been to Farkle. I hope not. It's the vampire country and only vampires and wraiths can live there. We used to rule Katamachia, but we lost it during the war. And Farkle is so damn cold. I hate it. You know, someone like you would probably freeze to death. Not Madame Crystal Ball. Count Angelus seems to have given her special protection. I wish he'd given some of that to me. But all you need to know is that most people you speak to in Farkle say they've never heard of Count Helmrich. I know him because I'm a deity, and you know, I'm super smart.
They didn't know the Count had a son?
Count Angelus had like 30 kids or something, and they've all died before they reach vampiric maturity. Everyone thinks he's cursed, himself included. All you need to know is that Helmrich was a mistake.
Isla mentioned that earlier. He was born from a human mother. I didn't even think that was possible.
Neither did I. Neither did the Count. Or the Countess.
He had a wife? Oh dear.
She hit the roof at the time, and they've never really gotten along since, despite what you may have heard. So, Angelus is wound up on his own. Probably why he's such a misery guts.
How can you talk about the leader of your race so casually?
He isn't my leader. I'm a deity. Duh. Or you could just say I'm a horrible creature who doesn't respect authority figures. Anyways, carry on, Miss Crystal Ball. Helmrich was moping, then what?
I think I need to rest.
Are you kidding? You've barely done anything. You living creatures are so weak. It's totally getting on my nerves. I know you're a bit tired, but can you push yourself a little bit, please? I don't want to cause a scene, after all.
It seems I've experienced a second wind.
She's doing this for us, Silent One. So we stay safe. I wish there was something I could do to help. I feel so useless.
Helmrich believed a deity came to provide him with divine intervention.
Huh?
Helmrich was sat in the throne room once again. It dawned on him that he was not in control of anything within the castle walls. He longed to atone, but did not know where to start. But that is when he heard a mysterious, disembodied voice calling out from the shadows.
We vampires. We really do corrupt all that we touch. When did we become these cruel creatures? When did we lose our way? In the days of old, we protected those we lived with. Now, it seems, we ruin them. The deities are all-knowing beings. I cannot have been misled, but this does not seem right. Iondride, the panther deity. He has always been a comfort to me in times of distress. He could guide me. Iondride, please. My mother and I have only ever wanted to be in your service. I feel so lost. What can I do? Everything is falling apart. I need your guidance.
Protect your visitors. Make peace with them.
No, it cannot be. To receive this kind of sign, Great deity Iondride, you have never spoken to me so directly before. Can it be that I'm losing my mind after all?
Helmrich, be not afraid to receive my words. Take the lance and do my bidding.
Great deity, I would. But the deity Ira, she wants the opposite.
Farewell, Helmrich. I know you will make the right choice.
No, don't leave me, please. I need to know if this is the right thing to do. I've never had an intervention like that before. Why now? What do I do? I cannot ignore such a direction. I intend to do no harm. I will only use the lance to protect others. Sirius and Oliver, they will be safe if I take courage. It must be a blessing to receive such an instruction. I daren't think what else it would be. I must go quickly. Driscoll will return soon.
That's enough now, Miss Bat Deity. Please give her a...
You're so irritating. Look, I don't have time to take a breather every 5 minutes. Don't stop again. And as for you, Green One, I'm getting tired of your whining. You need to learn your place.
Huh? No, Huh? Silent One. You were able to repel the Bat Deity's attack. Ha! Amazing!
Huh? Damn it. I didn't realize you were going to be a pest as well. Fine, we'll have to take things up.
No! Enough! Please. I promise I'll carry on now. Just leave them both alone, Silent One. Thank you for saving Klein.
Right. Let's go then. The sooner this is done and the sooner we can head to Angelus, the better.
That evening, Driscoll served Helmrich tea as he usually did. A small shred of hope had entered the young count's heart. A shred that was, as ever, about to be snatched away. The pair sat in the throne room of Evergreen Castle.
Master Helmrich, you seem a little happier today. Why is that?
Oh, it's nothing. How goes the day, Driscoll?
Say it again.
How goes the day, Driscoll?
Again.
Driscoll, can you not hear me? I asked, how goes the day?
You sound just like him when you say that. I could listen to you say those words forever.
Ah, I see.
My day is all the better when you look and sound like your father.
Great deity Iondride, I cannot bear this any longer.
Indra disappeared pretty soon after the so-called King of Evergreen story happened. Icos is still in an uproar.
Wait. Neville, the advisor to the King of Akos, vanished too. It's been causing utter chaos. It can't be that Neville and Irondride are the same person!
Yeah, they are. Panthers don't spring out of the ground. Pretty much one of a kind these days. Huh. Or he was. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Seems like everyone and their dog knew about Neville. Even an idiot like the Green One figured it out. Neville was a real pain in the backside, getting involved in stuff that had nothing to do with him. I'm glad he's gone. The fewer deities kicking around, the better. At this rate, I could wind up a greater deity if they all disappear.
Oh, Silent One. In all my days, I've never been in this situation. I'm so worried for Isla. I don't think she can take much more. What can mere mortals like us do in a situation as terrifying as this?